What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to VHSTacos. It's Wednesday, which means we've got another random video for you today. And this week, we do a deep dive on our board game selection. Alright guys, so we here at VHSTacos, we pride ourselves on our ever-growing, ever-expanding board game selection. We don't like to boast or brag, but it might be the most impressive collection on the planet. Don't quote us on that. So as you can see on the top shelf, we have the classic, personal favorite of VHSTacos, Rummy Cube. Fantastic game. Everybody has these little trays. You have to either group them up, as you can see, in numerical order, or you group them up by actual number themselves. First person to get rid of all their tiles wins. You have classics such as Boggle. You have classics such as Uno, because you can never have too much Uno. Of course, we have the Uno dice game. And then you have some card game variations on Monopoly, Yahtzee, Trivial Pursuit, Scrabble. We may do some videos in those. Let us know down in the comments below if you guys want to check those out. And then we have our personal card game favorite, Phase 10. This is a great game. Up to 6 people can play it. And everybody follows the same phase set that they have to complete one after the other to win. Now, if one person finishes the phase, they move on to whatever the next one is, where everybody else stays behind on the current phase that they're at. Things get really crazy and dicey there towards the end. Moving on down. This is a bit of an oddball shelf. You have off on the right there an Ultron version of Yahtzee with some specialized dice and everything stored in his old demonic little head. You've got Trivial Pursuit for the MCU off there on the far left. You guys have already sat through Scrabble Flash, for which we apologize. Not going to make you do that again. And then, of course, you have Family Feud, because what's better than a family game if you guys can't fight? Back there in the back, the big boy, the angry man, the mad titan himself, Thanos Rising. This game, folks, this game can take you hours, and I'm not even exaggerating. 2 to 4 players, you are tasked with assembling a team of Earth's mightiest heroes to take down Thanos. This game is crazy. This game is wild because the game fights back. Yes, it can actually kill you. We may do a playthrough in this. It might be a doozy, though. So hold on to your butts. Moving on down, you have some of your more classic board games. You've got the ever so great Guess Who. You have a winter adventure version of Candyland. You have Scrabble. Folks, that version of Scrabble, I think that might be older than I am. And it's so old, we lost the bag that holds the tiles, and it is now an actual sock. I wish I was kidding, but no. It might be clean, we're not sure. You have Unstable Unicorns because, look, you know what? Exploding Kittens did a thing. Everybody else wanted to copy it. So far, Unstable Unicorns copied it the best. Of course, off on the right, you've got the wonderful Blockus. You have Clue, you have Connect 4, and then you have a movie quiz, which is just a fun little game if you guys got a couple minutes to kill. Moving on down. This one's a bit of a doozy here, folks. We got everything under the sun. The Stranger Things Ego card game. This game's fantastic. It all takes place in a toaster, and the whole idea is that you are supposed to get yourself out of the upside down while trapping the other person in the upside down. Doesn't sound like the show? I know. Yeah, it's a bit more sadistic than that, but oh my goodness, is this game fun. Got 5-minute dungeon and 5-minute marvel. You slap a 5-minute timer on and wipe out as many goon cards as you can until you get down to the big boss. 5-minute marvel has caused some partial hair loss here in the VHSTacos office. You have an anniversary edition of Monopoly in a tin case. That thing is probably about as old as time itself. And then, of course, because my wife loves Monopoly, but if there's one thing she loves more than Monopoly, it's cheating at Monopoly, she has her own version of Monopoly, which is the Cheaters Edition. Moving over just a tad, because we have an unhealthy obsession with Stranger Things, we've got Stranger Things Trivial Pursuit, but it has a bit of a twist to it. So there are moments in the game where you can flip the board to get to the upside down. You have Marvel Codenames, which we have a pretty good time with, and then you have one of my favorite board games, Sabacc. It's so much fun. So much fun. We're going to do a playthrough on that. And now, moving down, the Exploding Kittens section. Smack dab in the front, you have the Not Safe for Work deck. We don't put any expansions in that. That's just for a quick good time. Things get a little dirty, things get a little nasty, so you got to make sure the kiddos aren't around. Behind that, you've got Poetry for Neanderthals. You're given a card with a word on it. You have to get the other person to guess the right word, only using one-syllable words. If you slip up and say more than one syllable, you get hit with the no stick, and you lose a point. Things get a little aggressive. Off to the right, you see Barking Kittens. However, that has all of the original Exploding Kittens in it, and the expansions. Obviously, you guys have become well acquainted with a game of cat and mouth in this week's game night. If you haven't, go ahead and check that out. And then you have Throw Burrito. Have you guys ever played dodgeball with a burrito before? Yeah, we haven't before either, until we played this game. This game is dodgeball with burritos while you're playing cards. And I've never sweated so hard before in my life playing a card game. It's nuts. Alright guys, so as you can see, we have a board game selection that we're pretty proud of. It's not the biggest in the world, but we have a good time with it. If there's anything that you saw that you're interested in seeing on the next game night, let us know in the comments below. If there's anything that you've seen that you haven't heard of before, let us know in the comments below. And until next time, remember, keep it locked in here on YouTube, keep it locked in on Instagram, keep it locked in on Twitter. We're everywhere. We're having a good time just talking to you guys about whatever you want to talk about. And until next time, this is VHS Tacos, signing off. Adios.